like you're about to say something important.
I was. I wish that they would just offer the big screen with the QS3 shocks. And they did last year, I guess on the Limited, was the only model that had the big screen. But what we didn't talk about in the last video, which I brought up to you the other day, was the ability to have either firmer or softer on the front and rear, depending on how you want to ride.
Yep.
And obviously that's not an option with the Smart-Shox anymore because it's going to set all 4 of them to whatever you set them to.
Yeah, so we went through a little phase where we had the front set a little firmer than the rear on this 2025. And you can't do that with the Smart-Shox.
Yeah. And like you said too.
And you can notice that this 26 with Smart-Shox sets up a little bit more. It's kind of subtle, but it is taller.
Yeah.
We really need to bring yours over. So Chris has the XTP with Smart-Shox in the 2-up version, but this 2025 is on the left, 2026 is on the right. We're about to do a little more testing, if you will, on the Smart-Shox. Anything else?
I'm just thinking about the value of the Smart-Shox. Because like you said too, once you set them, you usually leave them alone. So even when you're on the trails, how often are you going to be flipping back and forth in those modes?
Yeah, well, we had somebody asking online in the comments about our thoughts right now on the XTP with Smart-Shox, and I'm assuming you agree with me. I think that, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say don't get them, like don't do Smart-Shox. I wouldn't say,
right.
I would say,
you need to do them and have more variation between the modes.
yeah, and it's nice being able to change them on the fly. On the 2-up that Chris has, you can change between 1 and 2 passengers, which we assume is nice. We haven't tried it. Not
It's
yet.
been backed off the trailer from the dealer and put in the garage. It hasn't moved since.
He hasn't even ridden it.
I've been cleaning an XMR for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, he spent 2 months cleaning an XMR. But honestly, you know, it does cost a lot of money. I mean, the upgraded display is pretty awesome.
Yeah, but again, why can't you, if they offered on the Limited last year, 2025, the Limited with the big screen, same screen, but with the QS3s, why can't that just be an option?
Yeah. Right, the display and then QS3s would probably be the winner
Just as
right
sufficient.
now, in our opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
I know for me, you can just set those QS3s the way you want them and kind of be done with it, but there's a place for the Smart-Shox, and maybe we'll do this other stuff and realize they're working better than we realize. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the other thing that I was wondering, which I don't know if we have the answer to, is the way that we were doing it in kind of that stand still, change the mode, wheelie example. Does it do it instantly? Like, is there a fraction of a period of time that it takes for those shocks to acclimate to that new setting before they'll respond?
They're supposed to react.
Literally, right?
Like many, many times a second.
Okay, yeah. Then I guess that doesn't make a difference. I just didn't see enough of a difference in those wheelie examples to feel like it was doing anything.
Yeah, I thought I did, but after watching the video, it might be in my head.
Yeah, for $2,800, you hope that it's doing something.
Yeah, I was trying to make myself feel better. Well, you know, a good question is, can you do updates on the software, like the computer, and change how the shocks function? Now that might be a thing, you know, if you could do that.
If somebody can unlock it,
yeah. Maybe that kind of changes their
That's like
usability.
the question about, at some point, is somebody going to be able to unlock that electric Outlander and just get stupid speed and response out of that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just an electric motor. You should be able to do that.
If you can change the way the computer restricts it, then maybe.
I'm curious
Do more
too
with it.
if what we really feel like is a slower machine over the 25. If again the electronics are different, is there a reason why this one showed 81? Is that really 81 and that's really 78?
Well, Tommy said he noticed a difference in the response on the 2025 versus the 26.
He was saying, I thought that he thought the response on the 26 was smoother. No?
He said that he thought, well, he said it was different. I
He
was
did say
assuming
different.
he meant that it was a tad bit slower. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard to do because he rode the 26 the other day without being on the 25 for the past month. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's hard to not be, let your thoughts, your perceived, ideas influence what's going on.
Well, especially when you're trying to come up with any reason why not to buy the 26 and keep your 25. Is that what it was? Was there some of that in there?
Well, I don't know if I should say it on camera, but my plan was to sell Tommy's four-wheeler without him knowing it and using it to buy another one.
I think
Just let him ride.
I think it's a great idea.
26. Well, honestly, I think as of right now, we couldn't steer somebody wrong. So like I would say, if you really wanted to get one of these XTPs, and I think you can still choose between the QS3 or the Smart-Shox.
Yeah.
I would just get the Fox QS3.
And save yourself some money.
Unless you really want that screen.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I mean, with the screen, you get the connectivity, the GPS.
So you think
probably
I should trade in the brand new 2-up XTP on something else then?
No, because you want the screen.
I do. I could have got the limited.
Oh, that costs more than the XTP?
I don't think it does. I think it's almost the same price because you don't get bead locks on the limited. So that's one difference. I do think everything else is pretty much the same other than the color scheme.
Charge you more for the paint color.
I think so. Yeah. For that blue, navy blue and silver.
Now, you have a pretty extensive history with Sea-Doo, and they share a lot of parts. So how much are these, like the regular displays?
From Sea-Doo?
Let's just guess. We don't know the actual price.
Like a Sea-Doo gauge to replace something like that is probably $800, $900.
All right, so when you roll this one, let's assume this is going to be a $1,000 gauge.
Sure.
So when you roll that one and the handlebars fail to
Protect
it because a rock crushes into the screen or something.
$1,400 probably, at least.
Okay, well, just curious. That's something else to consider. I only say that because...
Well, and the other thing too with the Sea-Doos, when they got really more advanced with the electronics back in 2010, 2012, everything ran through the gauges, which I think is what goes on here in the new 26s, because you can do your updates through the USB port and it goes through so everything is controlled by the gauge, which means that if that gauge does ever go bad, a lot of times, like on some basic four-wheelers, you can just keep riding even if the gauge isn't working. I bet you that would completely shut it down the same way it does with Sea-Doos.
So now
you have to replace it.
So with the Smart-Shox, if the gauge goes bad, then
Do the
shocks
shocks
lock
work
up?
too? That's a good question. I don't know. There is something to say for having kind of that old school, be able to work on it type of thing. That's why I keep my 99 Chevrolet Silverado.
Yep.
I can replace any part on it that we need to. The more advanced these get, yeah, it's nice, but it comes at a cost of repair too.
well, still a fantastic four-wheeler.
Oh yeah.
And, for my type of riding, just like riding fast and jumps and stuff like that, the Smart-Shox are fine. It's just, if you're paying a lot of extra money, you would think you want the extra adjustability and going between modes. It's just hard to figure out what's happening with those. Well, let's crank them up.